Hey everybody, it's Hayley Hobson. Welcome to the webinar tonight, How to Become a Health Coach. I get this question all the time. People are reaching out to me on Facebook and by email asking me what it means to be a health coach and how actually do you go about becoming a health coach? What kind of life is it to become a health coach? So I wanted to give this webinar tonight for you guys to just explain to you sort of where I've come from, a little bit about my background, the training that I did to become a health coach, and what I'm doing actually now with my health coach certification, so you can kind of see some of the options and directions that you can go in. So just to give you a little background on me, again, my name is Hayley Hobson, and I am a board certified holistic health coach, and I consider myself an educator and a speaker now. And I have been trained extensively over the last 15 to 18 years in yoga and Pilates, done multiple teacher certifications, teacher training certifications, actually even taught teacher training certifications, and now have an online business. And one of the things that I do on my online business is I sell different various programs. Some are business coaching programs, some are detox programs, some are weight loss programs, and I also am involved in an essential oil business. So for me, I felt like what I wanted to do with my life was really to help others and mentor others. I feel like that's the strong point in my personality. I actually, in a previous life, I was an attorney and I quit the practice of law after my first 5 years of practicing. And then I went into the Pilates and yoga business, meaning I got certified and started teaching and started running my own studio and worked at health clubs and managed health clubs and sort of went along that path for a long time. And I realized that my passion was really working with other people that were very like-minded like me, so that I could really connect in a deeper level. And I also knew that I didn't want to work for anybody else. I did not want to be involved anymore in the corporate world and the rat race. I really wanted to have my own time freedom, which was the most important thing to me. And with time freedom, I knew that I had to have financial freedom. And because of my interest in helping others, mentoring others, educating others, and building a team-like environment, I decided to go back to school and get a holistic health coaching degree about 3 or 4 years ago. And I have gone along a really awesome, yummy path for the last couple of years. And I've done a lot of things with that certification. And I want to teach you too how you can, like I wanted to do, nourish and heal myself. That's why I originally went to school, was to get a little bit more education about myself, because I was actually very sick at the time, sick in my gut, and also just sick kind of emotionally in my head. And I felt like I needed a change in my life. And I knew that for me, it was going to be plant-based food and plant-based medicine. There's lots of different options that you can do when you go out there and get or obtain a health coaching certification. I mean, I know people that are, working and campaigning to get plant-based food in children's schools. I know people that have, that are major educators, speakers, authors. They speak on stage, they go to conferences, they talk about plant-based food, they talk about vegan food, they talk about paleo diets, they talk about raw food. I know people who have individual one-on-one clients on the phone, on Skype messaging, on in person in their offices. Or I know people like me that have online businesses that incorporate all of the things that I did learn from my program. And I work with sometimes clients individually if it's a good fit, but mostly I do a lot of group programs. And I've brought products into my business that actually help me obtain more residual income in my business that align with my point of view. So I'm going to talk to you about all of that during this webinar. But again, for me, basically my why was lifestyle. And I want you to think for a second about what your why is. Why are you on this webinar tonight? What is it about health coaching or about your life that you want to do or to change? What is it that you are interested in? What is your motivation to come here and listen and then possibly make a change? Is it a lifestyle change also that you're interested in? Is it a new source of income that you're interested in? Is it a different future that you want for you and your family? Are there different skills that you would like to learn? Are you interested in new things and you just want to continue to get educated? And are you passionate about wellness? Because obviously if you're passionate about wellness, this is probably the right direction for you to go into. And if you're not, you may not want to go. You know, a lot of people go through a health coaching certification simply to heal themselves, to be honest. People want to lose weight. They want to have a clearer mindset. They're more interested in learning more about their food and what to put in their body. Some people go to get a health coaching certification because they actually want to learn how to implement their passion into a business. There are so many different reasons that you could decide to get educated. So I want you to think for a second and maybe even jot down so that you remember your why. Why are you here tonight? What is it that you want to do with your life moving forward? Perhaps nutrition is your passion. Maybe you're like me and you want to work from home or anywhere in the country or the world, or you want to learn more and be up more on technology. Some of the things that you want to think about are whether you have patience to coach people, because this is tough. I've got to be honest with you. I mean, some people don't want to make changes, and some people get really stuck in their mindset, and it's hard for them to make changes. And this is one of the things that I personally struggle with when I'm working with somebody that I so passionately want to help them make the changes they say they want to make, but they're not willing to get past the mindset they have. So you have to be patient for other people. And what I do is I continue, actually, even after my health coaching certification, I continue to get educated. I go to retreats, I go to workshops. I have another complete certification that I'm looking at right now that I might want to do this fall or this summer, because I want to continue to be the best coach that I can be. And one of those things that will help you be the most awesome health coach is if you yourself are coachable. And so I'm also really interested in making sure that I am able to be coached so that I can learn how to coach other people. Because you've got to meet them where they're at and not where you're at. So let me talk to you a little bit about some of the benefits of being a health coach. One, you get to pursue your passion, which hopefully is a field of health and wellness. You get to work with people every single day that hopefully have the same passion as you. You also get to help people heal and make a real positive change in their lives. And you can be super creative and express yourself. Just like, as you may hear in the background, my 5-year-old daughter might be expressing herself right now as she goes to the bathroom. And hopefully she won't come in here while we're doing the webinar. Where is my husband when you need him? One of the downsides about having a home-based business is sometimes you have to rely on your family for help and your kids to be somewhat quiet. But the benefit of a home-based business is really you can be with your family all the time. And so even if she is screaming in the background, even if my husband swore to me that he'd be here as I'm teaching this webinar tonight, the benefits are that I don't have to get up and go to an office in the morning. So they do weigh each other out, right? Anyway, like I was saying, you really get to be your own boss, and you have all the time and flexibility that you want. And if you choose to actually build your business online as well, or partly online, which I'll talk about, and which I actually have a course on, how to build a networking business online. And let's face it, health coaching is networking, right? Because you need clients. You can work from anywhere you choose because you're going to have clients from all over the world. That's what happens to me. I have people from all different continents working with me, talking to me on all different time zones. So I can actually be wherever I want to be. And this past summer, I spent 2 weeks in Europe, 2 weeks in Costa Rica, a week in San Diego. And so I was able to work really from anywhere. I had all the flexibility in the world to enjoy my life and also to coach other people and work with other people and mentor other people wherever they were. So you really do get to learn how to become an entrepreneur and a coach in the field of health and wellness. And it's fun. I mean, for me, like, I love it when I travel. Like, I was just in San Diego last week, and I had 4 different people that I work with that I was able to meet in person. And earlier this summer, when I was in Europe, I actually had somebody in Scotland and somebody in Ireland that I was able to meet for the first time ever while I was there. It's so fun to be able to see these faces on Skype or on Facebook or on FaceTime, and then on Google Hangouts, and then later on get to meet them face to face. So sometimes people have this doubt that, nobody's going to need them as a health coach. And this is maybe a dialogue that you might be having yourself right now. You're asking, well, who needs me? And I just want to give you some statistics here because it's pretty interesting. According to the CDC report, obesity amongst kids aged 6 to 11 is now up to nearly 20% of children. That's scary, you guys. 20% of kids are obese now. And American teens are gaining weight too. 18% of all adolescents between the ages of 12 and 19 are now considered obese. So that's almost 20% in that area too. And the percentage of adults over the age of 20 who are considered obese is 34% now and growing. Now, obesity, just on a side note, is one of the major sources of inflammation in our body, which is also inflammation, as you know, leads to diseases and then ultimately death. So I want to point out that obesity is a big deal. I mean, a lot of people out there need your help just learning how to eat a better diet, what to put in their body, what to put on their skin, what types of natural products they should be using, what types of restaurants to eat at, how to cook, how to get away, and also how to travel, and also how to implement different diets that suit their needs, their blood types, their activity level, etc. So the other thing is, some other interesting statistics is that heart disease now is the leading cause of death in the US, at least 25%. And cancer was the second leading cause of death at 23%. And these are diseases that some say, a lot of people say, are lifestyle-based diseases. And if we can teach people how to have a better lifestyle, we will be helping decrease the rate of heart disease and even cancers. And when I talk about lifestyle choices, I'm not just talking about a diet. I mean, that's one step in the right direction, but we all know these days that we need to find time to ground ourselves, possibly meditate, do some yoga. We need to find time to exercise. We need to work on the dynamics of the relationships in our life. That could be the relationship with your boss or your spouse or your children or your parents or your best friend or your next door neighbor. We need to work on our own spirituality, our self-image. There's a lot of different things that come into play when we talk about lifestyle choices. And that's what health coaching is all about. It's teaching people how to be well. And that doesn't mean necessarily what the food that they put in their mouth. It really means all of the choices that they're making to help them obtain emotional and physical and spiritual health as well. So here's some more statistics. Between 2005 and 2008, 11% of all adults over the age of 20 had either been diagnosed or had undiagnosed diabetes. 11% of all adults over the age of 20. That's a high percentage. And we're talking about the type of diabetes that actually can be rectified, cured with food choices. The number of adults with diabetes increased with age from 4% of all adults between 20 and 44 years of age to nearly 30% of all adults age 65 and older. So are you starting to believe me now that people need you? And even though we are living longer, the disease rate is actually increasing these days. So we used to have like our death rates that coincided with these illnesses now, or viruses that we now actually have vaccinations for, like measles, those kinds of things. And now the disease rate, the reason that people are dying these days is because of lifestyle choices. Seriously, they're dying of stress. It's a big statement, isn't it? But I'm sure you guys will agree with me. We are literally killing ourselves with the stress that we have in our life. And the stress enters our life because of food choices, because of environmental choices, because of allergies, because we're not sleeping or resting enough, because, I mean, it could just be because you forgot to stop at a stoplight and you run through it and your stress levels elevate, and we don't have the natural means anymore to bring our stress levels down. Here's another one. We have more and more children and adults with food and environmental allergies these days. Why? right? Because our diets aren't great. We're not getting the type of food that we used to get from when we lived in an agricultural nation. I mean, it's awesome that we live in this industrial civilized nation right now and that you can do anything from your smartphone at any hour of the day, but it's also sort of killing us. So who needs you? The people that need you are the people that need to learn how to make better lifestyle choices. And the quality of our food, as I was getting into before, is decreasing as it becomes more and more processed and genetically modified. Now, I know a lot of you who are on this specific webinar probably know about GMO foods and know about processed foods and know that we need to stay away from them. But the majority of people don't, you guys. I don't know if you've traveled a lot around the US or other countries, but it's kind of scary what you see out there. I mean, I'm super privileged in my little Boulder bubble here in Colorado with the kind of food choices that we have in our markets, in our restaurants. We can get anything at the drop of a hat, gluten-free, dairy-free, vegan, raw, etc. But it's not like that across the country. I mean, sometimes I'm literally living on potato chips and smoothies when I travel because I can't get anything that's good in my diet. I mean, I have literally been to markets in rural parts of the country where they don't have any fresh produce, anything organic. So there are a lot of people that need you. The truth is, a ton of people need you. So despite the doom and the gloom of those statistics, we also know that there's a huge appetite for people to change, to be healthy, and to have a health coach or a wellness coach or a lifestyle coach. Many people are open to this these days. And people need help, and they need your help to filter through this information. They want programs, they want guidance, they want to learn how to read labels, they want to filter through all the fad diets. They want to learn how to be able to shop correctly and prepare their food for their families. They also need to sometimes learn how to let go and stop moving so fast. Some people literally need to be taught how to have a date night once a week with their partner. Some people need to be taught how to go on vacation or give something back to themselves because it feels good. How to actually invest in their own businesses or spend money on themselves or treat themselves. These are all lifestyle guidance types of things that people need your help with. So I want to talk to you about your passion and their needs. We all know, and I talk about this all the time in some of my other courses, especially in my social downline course and my Momtrepreneur course, that we all can help people. If they have a problem, we can solve, right? So it's our job to identify what niche we want to go into, what type of problem we want to solve. Do you want to be a diabetes specialist? Do you want to work with autistic children? Do you want to work with women who are unable to breastfeed? Do you want to work with people who have irritable bowel syndrome? Do you just want to work with people to help them go through a general detox in their body, get rid of allergies? I mean, there's so many directions that you can go into when you're talking about health coaching. You can work with the elderly, teaching them how to eat because they grew up possibly in an era where there only was processed foods. You can teach people how to cook. You can teach people how to bring more plant-based foods into their diets. You can teach people how to get off of synthetic medications and onto more natural forms of healthcare. So what is your passion and what is the problem that other people have that you're interested in that you can solve? And what you need then is some confidence, the education, obviously, some credibility, and a strong personal brand. And obviously you want to become an expert. And it's very easy to do with a really good course that you can go through. And so I want to talk to you about what I did and what a lot of my friends and colleagues did. We all went to the Institute of Integrative Nutrition, and I looked at many different options before I chose this company, and this school kept coming back to me over and over again. And since I graduated several years ago, the course and the curriculum just keep getting better and better and better, don't they always? But IIN, as they call it, is the Institute of Integrative Nutrition. And the thing that I liked about this curriculum was that it was actually taught by many different experts in the industry. It's a very vibrant community. They help you out at first by giving you your own website that you can use. They have live events that they host. The whole program that was done online, it's about a year-long program. They give you all your student materials. And at the end of that year, you have your certification. And the beauty of it is that you actually get to work with people all around the world. So you're listening to these live webinars, so to speak, or recordings or presentations from presenters all over the world. And you're actually hanging out with students all over the world in all of the different Facebook forums. And this just kind of gives you an idea of all of the different successful graduates in II and how they're really seen all over the world. And the Institute of Integrative Nutrition has an unbelievable reputation. So you can get online and you can check it out. I'll give you a link at the end. So, and you know, they've been around for 20 plus years now, and they just keep growing and growing. And like I said, their curriculum just keeps getting better and better and better. And I'm a big, huge advocate for them. So when you finish your program, any program that you do, but especially this one, you'll become certified through the American Association of Drugless Practitioners. You'll be taught how to coach clients in a 6-month model. So if somebody comes to you and says they want to get emotionally healthy or spiritually healthy or physically healthy, they're going to teach you a 6-month model to work with that person. They're going to give you the tools. And then they're going to teach you the coaching skills, the business skills, and the nutrition education. And then, like I said before, there's many, many, many different career options that you can look at once you graduate from a health coaching certification program. And I'll talk to you a little bit of about what I have been doing since I graduated. I decided that I actually wanted to take my business online. I prefer to work with people on my schedule if I want to be in my pajamas or not have any makeup on or at any hour of the day. So I actually built my own website, and I decided that I wanted to have people work with me individually, and I also wanted them to opt into certain programs that I created. I've written 2 different books, actually 3 different books. 2 are ebooks, short ebooks, an ebook on essential oils, and then another lifestyle book. And I sell those products on my website. I've written 2 different nutritional programs, a 7-day detox, specifically with essential oils, and also what I call from flab to fab program, which is a 30-day kind of lean out weight loss program. And again, I've incorporated natural products and essential oils into that program as well. And I'm also a business coach. So I work with people to enhance and get their businesses to the next level. And I have 2 business courses that I sell on my website too. One called Social Downline, which is a program to teach you how to build a business online through learning how to network and using online tools. And another program called the Momtrepreneur Program, which is to teach moms how they can actually become entrepreneurs. And then I also have my essential oil business. So if you go to my site, you'll see all of those options there. So I created my brand, which is the Whole You, because I wanted people to really get this whole depiction of what I was talking about earlier, how they can really be whole, whole, W-H-O-L-E. And I'm giving out recipe tips and lifestyle tips. And to get a little bit more on, where I am in my business, or where I am in my life, I should say, like a real kind of day in the life of Hayley, check out my social media accounts, because I do a lot of posting on Instagram, and my handle there is Hayley Hobson, Hayley. I have a Facebook page with a very large following now called Hayley Hobson Health Coach. I'm also on Twitter at Hayley Hobson, and my Pinterest account has also a lot of great Whole You inspiration there, and that's also Hayley Hobson. I think the handle is actually Hayley Hobson 69, which is the year I was born. So what I wanted, just to kind of reiterate, was I wanted to be able to work from anywhere. I wanted a global client base as well. I wanted the freedom and the flexibility of being able to come and go when I wanted, wake up when I wanted, not set an alarm, be anywhere in the country or the world. And I also wanted to have sort of like a limitless income. I was tired of relying on a paycheck. And I knew that my passion was working with other people, and I wanted to be able to eventually give back with a limitless income, which is now what I'm able to do. I'm really proud to say. So my world that I wanted to go into was living my purpose, which is really helping other people. And specifically, I love to work with people that are, within my age range, anywhere from their 30s to 50s, who want to live a holistic lifestyle of peace and love and happiness, and trying to get grounded and figure out how they can be amazing entrepreneurs and still hold the family life together, which is difficult in this world today. So that's sort of the clientele that I attract. And again, you could, as a health coach, attract anybody that you want. So what I decided to do, like my first couple of steps, once I got my certification or while I was going through my program, is I developed my website. I figured out an email manager program that I wanted to work with. I started writing a blog, which you can see on my website, about all of my wellness whole you ideas. And I got really active on social media. And it's very simple to get involved online. And this is the benefit of being a health coach and also being in a world where we have so much technology today. There's very low overhead and expenses as opposed to an old type of brick and mortar business. And it becomes very, very simple. You figure out what your personal brand is, meaning who you want to attract, who your ideal client is, what problem they have, and how you're going to solve it. And that's the dialogue that goes on in your social media accounts, throughout your blog message, and on your website. Now, I also knew that I wasn't going to make the type of money that I wanted to make just for my own one-on-one coaching, because that would bring me back to where I was when I was teaching yoga and Pilates, right? I was being paid by the hour. If I didn't teach, I didn't get paid, kind of thing. So I knew I wanted to branch out personally, and I wanted to have programs where people could buy them over and over and over and over again, or I should say more people would continue to buy them. And I also knew that I wanted to implement some type of product into my business, so that in addition to people buying my programs and also working with me one-on-one, if they liked what I had to sell, like say I'm selling coconut water, and they decide that they're going to use my affiliate link over and over again, I'm going to make a certain percentage off of every sale. And I knew that network marketing was such a great model, so I went into that, and that's how I started my essential oil business. And it's kind of ironic now, because my essential oil business is actually paying me about 10 times more per month that I ever made even as an attorney back in my other life. So that model can be super powerful. And if you're interested in looking at that, reach out to me later on my website, or you can contact me on my website or on social media, HayleyHobson.com. So, if you decide that you do want to go into a network marketing opportunity, I just want to remind you that you want to choose a product that matches your brand, your personal brand. And for me, like I talked to you about, I'm really into this holistic lifestyle. So that's why I chose essential oils, because it fit, right? It was that natural sort of, medicine or healing. You also want to make sure that you're choosing a product that you personally would use on yourself and your family, because we all know you can't share what you don't use, right? And you also want to make sure that you've examined the compensation plan for that company and the owners and the executives, et cetera, and make sure that they have enough training for you as well. One of the things that I loved about my company was the company and also how much money could be made there. And I also knew what kind of environment, what type of tribe it was. So I knew I'd be a part of a family, even more so than a team. Now, when you're selling a specific product to people, just go back here for a second, you're going to be adding value to their life, okay? So I can surely teach people how to lose weight, but if I'm implementing a product that actually expedites that process, my clients or patients are going to see me as a resource in teaching them how to take their health and wellness into their own hands. So they're not going to need me forever, but they'll want to continue on with that specific product. So think about that when you're bringing a product into your business. Some people think that having selling a product is it can be cheesy or scummy or salesy, and it really doesn't have to be. Because the products that I sell, I use all day long. In fact, I really couldn't imagine not using them on a daily basis. So why wouldn't I want to share them with my clients, right? When I share them with my clients, the testimonials that I usually get are out of this world, and they can't believe I didn't share them with them earlier. So that's the kind of product that you want to implement in your business. And again, you've got to figure out what your brand is so that you can figure out what product works with you best. And really, it's a win-win. Your clients will get a full service holistic experience, and then you'll be able to benefit financially by teaching them how to use your product. Now, the other thing that you can do is you can also, as I was saying before, besides selling a product, besides working with people one-on-one, You can also create your own automated online coaching programs, like I said, that I've created, and that way you can reach a global audience. And you'll be targeting various ideal client segments by creating videos, audios, text, etc. And people will come to you through those paid programs. So that's a great way that you can monetize your skills that you learn in a coaching program by packaging them into an online program that people can literally access from anywhere in the world 24/7, and where you're no longer limited to your town and your own city. Now, I want to give you guys a little special bonus if you're actually interested in starting your health coaching business now, because I am just so passionate about this program that I want to help you get started with your passion too. I have a pretty decent discount that I can give people who click on my site, which is right here, HayleyHobson.com, become a health coach, become-a-health-coach. And this bonus is going to be close to $1,000, if not $1,000 off of your tuition. And in addition, what I'm also going to offer you, if you go through that specific link, is while you're doing the program, I'm going to offer you a free consultation with me to help you get your business going. And that's a several $100 value right there. Now, if you're not sure whether you're ready to make the plunge, or you're not sure whether this program is for you, I want you to reach out to me and let me know that you want to book a 15-minute call with me. And I'll give you the link to my booking calendar, which actually is, I think it's www.meetme.so/Hayley Hobson, and you can book a 15-minute consultation with me just about this program. So again, I thought the benefits of a health coaching program were awesome. Again, I get to work for myself, by myself, with a team of people, following my purpose, my passion. I've got freedom, flexibility, time, financial, more time with the people that I want to spend time with. So I just want to show you this link one more time. If you're ready to get started, go over to my website, HayleyHobson.com, click on the Become a Health Coach link, or use this URL. And then let me know if you've got any questions, you guys. Remember that you can always reach me on my website, HayleyHobson.com. You can contact me there. My Facebook page is Hayley Hobson Health Coach. Twitter is Hayley Hobson. Pinterest is Hayley Hobson69. And my Instagram is Hayley Hobson. So I'm out there all over the internet. I will see you guys online. Have an awesome night.